welcome back to the final day of our road trip here in week 5 for the LEC. The atmosphere has been electric here in Madrid. Dude, don't break the immersion. You ruined everything!
I was waiting, we gotta go.
But it was so good. And
look, we'll get there next time.
And they forgot about us. It was so good. Like the XPK with Fnatic failing in the end. And Jisoo wasn't really good. Like kind of looked like international, honestly, to be honest. And like and the trumpets, not the whistle. We don't want the whistle again. But everything
I know
was
it'll
so
get better.
good.
Who cares about that? We're back in Berlin, and that's what's important. Hype.
Yeah.
Everything was hype. Everything
Really
was amazing. And I know that everyone enjoyed this little road
I was really mad
trip.
I wasn't there.
You were mad you weren't there?
I was mad I wasn't there.
I mean,
but it was the whole time to throw
I'm
something.
just glad I'm out of that room, to be honest. I'm happy to be here.
Well, you're
12
from the
games.
Euphoria studio,
12 games stuck in that room. Honestly,
Yeah.
you're the MVP of this weekend, if anyone asks me. Welcome back here in the studio, and we know a lot has happened this weekend in Madrid, but we also want to take some time and give some aura points for everything that did not happen in game. So every walkout, every trip, every fall, everything that made the broadcast extra this weekend, we're gonna rank. So let's take a look at the first one, and it feels like teams had issues in games, but teams had issues getting on stage as well. Here, a lot of tripping.
Hey, okay, don't blame it on the stage managers or whoever was in charge, because I tripped like that many times.
Yeah, I blame it on the players. I know you guys can walk straight.
The only thing we can do is just play video games. That's the only thing we're bad at walking.
I love how Razork also just went the completely wrong way. And this was day 2 as well. He'd already gone through the first step.
You would think they would know.
Yeah.
Oh, Jackie's with the wombo combo. That
the
was
back-to-back from
that was
Jackie's
crazy.
All right, how many aura points for that?
Ooh.
I think it goes into negative.
Yeah, it kind of has to, right? Like,
All
you
right.
can't even manage the stairs, so.
300 each.
300?
Each? Yeah. Yeah.
It's got to be like at least 2K.
I wear heels all the time, and I don't trip on stage, so I expect more discipline coming
For me, it
from
was
players.
plus 100 because it's right on brand with what I expected from all of them. Like, none of them disappointed me. It's perfect.
How did you spell aura?
Aura. O-R-A.
Like Kiora.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, second one, and I think we have to listen to this one this time, so let's roll the clip right now.
Kilómetros, superamos obstáculos, solo por ti. Boavista estoy. Un aplauso, sí señor. Vamos.
So, I would not invite Grabs to karaoke, let's say
would.
that, but I
Well, you need
appreciate...
something to make you look better. You know,
Yeah,
that's-
true, actually. We should sing a duet. But I appreciate, honestly, like doing it in the end, especially after this loss. I feel like
I
it's
think
really
it kind of
good, so-
sucked.
Why? You're just
He could have
jelly.
sang more. For me, his aura minus 100 just because he didn't sing more. I was already getting into it. I was starting to get hyped, and then he's like, oh, okay, I had enough, and he leaves. Like,
Yeah.
come on, there's a crowd
See,
there.
I'm kind of the opposite, because like you lost the bet and you did kind of leave early, so you do lose points. But you also did the thing in front of what 9,000 people. Like that is way worse than your local karaoke bar. So you kind of end up with added points by the end of it, right?
Is your mathing?
I
Like,
don't
did
want
you
to
double
know.
check?
Well,
Who knows?
nobody will ever know. Is it? Did I do it?
Positive
Yeah, you did
aura
good, you did
points.
good.
I used to work in finance once, so I know my numbers.
Surely.
And Grabs
you
did
do.
better than G2. Grabs did do better than G2, you know, in front of 9,000 people, so that's that.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is true. Next one, I put like, wait, no, plus 1,000. Sorry, Grabs. Sorry, Grabs. I appreciate the effort. And this is Qmon walk-in.
Well, that's a copycat. That's the starter pack for I'm not creative, you know? So the thing is, when you're a player and they go there and they say, oh, make a pose, you just try to copycat whatever you see on TV.
But it's, I don't know, it feels like it's
Over 9,000 for me. That was sick.
It's
The
a cultural
entire crowd was
reference.
going with them. That is so cool. How
I
often
agree.
do you get the entire crowd to just go see at the same time?
I mean, he just did a meme.
And it worked.
I guess.
Success plus plus. There you
Yeah,
go.
I agree. I vote Dagda is right on this one. Do we have more? Do we have more? Because I feel like there's... Oh my god, yeah, that... Listen to this guy.
Has flash that guy, okay?
¡Vete de aquí, gilipollas! ¡Sí, no! b*****!
Azure can tippy top.
¿Pero quién te crees? ¿Quién te crees?
Where's Vi? Where's Vi?
Go ahead. ¡No! ¡Calma una p***! ¡We win the shit!
Bro, I was the most useless.
Nice! Let's go!
something special with the confidence boost you get when playing on stage and the floral language that Mervin was using here. Honestly, man, like I don't know, he got me hyped. He gets the 10,000 for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
10,000 aura
plus
points.
9,001 because it was sick, and also voice crack diff because I feel like I'm gonna do that
It
today.
made it special.
So I want to set the bar. The voice cracks are normal, and we should embrace them.
Only have 900 because my pen ran out, but I was not a Merwin enjoyer. Oh, can you add it? Okay, thank you. So I was not really a Merwin enjoyer, but seeing the sort of passion, especially from him, which I feel like he's kind of more of the reserved, quiet guy. Every time we have him here, he's like, oh, you know, just chilling. A lot of times to just pop off like that, it was crazy.
A lot of aura and a lot of momentum, I feel, grabbed from some teams that were struggling entering into the weekend. And you can imagine how much of a confidence boost, but how much of a help it's going to be for them in the rest of the split. Let's take a look at the standings, because things were crazy before. It's even worse now. What is this? What is our league even?
It's a little silly.
I felt like a lot of the questions were going to be answered from this Madrid road trip, but not in the way I expected them, because I didn't really expect G2 to go 0-2, Movistar to go 2-0, GX picking up a win as well. It did shake up things in a very interesting way leading up to playoffs.
It's also just everyone's on 3. Like G2, BDS, Heretics, SK, Team Vitality. Someone is going to end up on 3 wins over here as well. So it just feels like everyone is just fighting still for that 6th spot. And it's kind of sick, but it just feels like our league's in turmoil.
And some teams managed to grab momentum, and you can think about the teams that are going to be playing today, the middle of the pack. You cannot do more middle of the standings than this. This is the schedule for some of them. Today is the day to turn things around, Odo.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone was hyping that Madrid was the main part of this weekend, but for me, today is the main part of the weekend because it's literally, it doesn't get more exciting for the middle of the pack teams. Everyone's battling each other. These wins are going to be huge, and again, bringing it back to confidence, momentum. Today is going to be a decider for a lot of these teams when it comes to their mental state leading up to the end of the split.
I believe you have a message for your past self, is what I'm said.
Oh, yeah, true. Where's my camera? That one? That one? That one? This one. Okay. Oro is going to sit down with Sheo in the past or in the future, and he's going to talk to him about the creativity and a lot of the cool things he's been doing with Team Heretics, because I'm a fan. So, Odo, take it away. Thank you, past me or future me, I guess. Anyway, I'm here today with Sheo, the heart and the brain behind Team Heretics, because to be honest, when I think of Camillus' dastardly smile, he's probably the soul of Team Heretics. How are you, Sheo? Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Okay, so Team Heretics find themselves at this 3-3 position, which I feel like you also have one of the easier schedules when it comes to going to playoffs, because you have SK today, very important game. You have Fnatic later on, and then GX. And I feel like this is probably one of the best positions that Team Heretics has been in recent times. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I think you are doing pretty good right now. As you said, you are 3-3, and we won against team like BDS, and against KC, we should have won, I think. So we are pretty confident, but we need to respect the opponents.
Now, to dial it down a little bit, let's talk about you. You had a lot of success in BDS, sure. Maybe you didn't win LEC, but you made finals. You were consistently top 3, finding a lot of success. But now you found yourself in this transition phase, going into Team Heretics. And I feel like every time you switch teams from a team that was extremely dominant to a team that is, you know, in the more construction phase, you need to build yourself up, you kind of have struggles as a player. But I feel like you cemented yourself now as probably, you know, one of the most important players on Team Heretics. So can you tell me a little bit more on how that transition has been for you? Maybe some of the struggles or the successes that you had?
But since in our team we have 3 rookies, I think it's important for me and FLICKR to perform well and lead them. Otherwise, I don't think they can do good if you don't do good. So I think we have a lot of responsibility on us, but I like it. And I went from like the one who is like following the leads to now leading the team. So I think it's pretty good, and I think the team is doing well. It's kind of thanks to me, because I'm teaching Camilo and stuff. But yeah, I'm happy how it is right now, and I'm still looking forward.
I'm happy to see that you like this sort of responsibility. But now, even going into this year, especially with Team Heretics, I feel like if you can bring up the graph right now, there's been a very interesting shift. So the way this graph works, the more to the right you look at, the more Drakes you have. And I just want you to look at the comparison between BDS and Team Heretics, with or without you, because I feel like everything has completely changed, has been completely stopped. Because before you joined here, Team Heretics wasn't really doing a lot of Drakes, and after you left BDS is now not doing a lot of Drakes. So do you feel like this is something that you are actively contributing to? Is this some of your philosophy or some of your strengths that you've been bringing from BDS over to Team Heretics?
I mean, yeah, for sure, I think Drakes are OP because if you stack them, enemy team will need to fight you, right? They can't just give soul. So yeah, I think for me, Drakes are OP. I don't think in Europe, especially, we don't use grubs really well. So
Yeah, it requires you to have a little bit more proactivity, hit some
Yeah.
towers and stuff. But with Drakes, it's just good safety net.
every
Yeah.
5 minutes you have to fight, and if you don't come, then you will lose the game.
Okay, and if you can bring up the replay right now, I have something for you to break down because I think it's one of the more impressive plays that you guys have been doing. Is just this vision take and the whole way you hold control was just it was just great. Is this something that you have been calling, or is this something that you guys have been practicing together?
I think this is just a play that we are practicing together. I think it's when Drake is up or not.
Drake is up in 30 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's just we have like our steps or what we wanna do. And for example, there is midwave right now, so we just play for midwave first. And if someone is trolling because they see nothing in their jungle, they will have to contest it. But they need to go through mid. But we get the midwave, so they can checkmate.
Yeah, because this was really impressive to see because this is something that you don't really see from the teams that are middle of the pack. This is something that I would have probably seen from you in the BDS days. This is probably how you guys would be just winning games all the time, stacking the Drakes and finding these picks. So yeah, good luck today leading up to SK. I'm really excited. I'm a fan of Team Heretics. And yeah, Genie also had a chance to check in with one of Shio's opponents, Genax, in the Marriott Bonvoy pre-game lobby.
Thank you, Jeannie here, and I'm joined with Genax from SK ahead of your game against Heretics. Now, the weekend so far has been absolutely incredible in Madrid, but we're here in the Berlin studio, so we got to deal with that. How are you feeling in regards of going up against Heretics when it's a team that you don't always know what you can expect?
Yeah, I think this match for us is very important because we feel like Heretics is a direct competitor for the playoffs. And we need to beat them to make it. And I think they will feel similar, that they feel like they need to beat us to also make it to playoffs. So the match is, has very high stakes, in my opinion. And in terms of what to expect from them, like we scrimped them a lot and we kind of know what they want to play and we know their players well. I think they know us well too. So we'll see, like we probably both have something funny prepared.
Okay, now I'm intrigued. But last week specifically, I spoke to FLICKR and he mentioned that, you know, the team is now able to step up more and be more themselves because the team environment has become shifted more towards where you can give feedback and you don't feel like you have to hold back. Would you agree with that? And if so, how has this week looked like after last week's games?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, last week I think we were pretty sad about our loss to Rogue, but we had some unfortunate circumstances going into the match. Like, for example, I was sick and we didn't have the best practice because of that.
Yeah.
People had bad sleep. So I would consider last week like an off week for us because if you look at scrims, it has been going better and better, especially this week. We had some scrim blocks against some pretty good opponents who also looked pretty good in Madrid and we were able to take some games off them, which before we would never be able
not
to.
G2.
Not G2,
No, I'm joking.
No, not G2. So I think in terms of that, for sure, like we're making improvements and it shows in scrims.
So when you're talking about the improvements and like it's showing in scrims, how are you able to translate those improvements on stage today? Because as you mentioned, like the stakes are really high because we're just 2 weekends off of playoffs.
I mean, usually what we just do is we just say to lock in on
Okay.
stage. And then it kind of works. Against Rogue, it didn't really work much, right? But as I said, it was more of an off day. I think today we're going to be able to lock in again. I don't expect it to be a 2-0. Like usually when we won, we always won 2-0. But I expect today to be very tough, long games, because our opponents are also very resilient from what I can see in their games. So yeah, it's going to be exciting.
So resilience, might see funny picks, a lot of stakes. I feel like this match has everything it needs to be a banger. Thank you so much for your time and good luck in your game against Heretics.
Thank you.
Back to you, casters.